Hello, Brian again, doing another live stream. We're going to focus today in this video on backtesting. I just put up a previous video if you can auto trade with TradingView with Python in the previous stream. So I know this is another very popular topic, but this is just generally to anyone out there that does trading. And I'm going to say why TradingView is easily the place to go to do it easily and most effectively. And I've done all the platforms out there, all the major ones, and there's some great platforms. Don't get me wrong; you can do it with Python exclusively, but to be able to do this as fast and as simple, and what to look for when it comes to your results. Okay, so we have set up a paper trading account here. I'm going to kind of start from the beginning. So let's say I've got, I don't know, just a random stock, Let's say Apple, okay? So if we got Apple here, and I'm going to make sure it's a clean chart here, meaning nothing on it. All right. So I'll get rid of this strategy here. There we go. So first thing, if you're new to TradingView, this is the there's so many number one things I love about TradingView, but right now the big one that I really liked, that I was like blown away with the prior platform I used, this one's even like a million times more. Okay, so if you come under indicator, what we're looking for is to back test. You can still back test an indicator, but the difference between an indicator and everything we're going to show you is in PineScript. So PineScript's fairly easy, much easier than MQL for MetaTrader and for Forex. And with MetaTrader, you're only boxed into really Forex and CFD, but here you can trade pretty well anything, even on an institutional level. But the thing is, with indicators and strategies, what you want to look for is, I'm just going to use a strategy. And I've said this before, the most reliable one is the SMA cross, okay? So when you get any of these strategies, maybe check out this one. This is just random. I'm not here to promote anyone, but we'll go with this one. These right here is the source code. Okay, this is what matters. So in the source code, you can see here. This is the strategy, the PineScript. I'm not going to here to teach you how to do PineScript, even though I've kind of like other options outside of TradingView to do that. So here we're going to create a working copy. Okay, and then there's a PineScript. Very simple, right? So when you get your fast moving, slow moving, cross, buy, the reverse, just sell. That's all it is. So here we're going to add it to the chart. So there's your signals, everything, right? It's that fast. You will not get that with anything else that I've seen. Even the retail trading platforms out there. It just I've just shown you. You've got 100,000 indicators and strategies to choose from for free, and they're open source, meaning that you can load them up as I just did with PineScript. Okay, so now I've added it to the chart, and I did it in what, 5-10 seconds. So these are the options you can do. Okay, so here we've got our time frame. This is what matters. A couple of statistics we can run. We can do a performance test. So these are automatically run in the strategy tester, and this will only work with PineScript strategies, not indicators. That's the critical point here. Okay, so in the PineScript, this is a strategy. Okay, and right here it defines it right here in the code, strategy. Duh, right? So in the strategy tester, you have your overview. Okay, so here we have our percent profitable, but what you really want to focus on is your profit factor, the amount of money that the strategy made for every unit of money it lost, gross profit divided by gross losses. It's another way of saying risk and reward. And you can see how fast you can do it. So every buck you put in, you might be able to say you're going to get back a buck 80. Okay. Here's your max drawdown. Standard is you don't want more than 15%, and the average trade, you're going to get a return of 2.3. Looking pretty good so far. Percent profitable doesn't really matter. Under here, if you choose this, you can see the trades themselves. Very similar. When my prior strategy and platform did the same. And here's the properties. Okay, so you can tweak it all you want, right? So these are all set up in your Python script code and your parameters and all that fun stuff. Okay, so here you have your performance summary and list of trades, standard things. But you can see how instantly you can do this with TradingView, right? TradingView, you can do it very quickly. That's why I'm trying to get people to move into TradingView and not go through the pain of other platforms and other whatnot. This is where you want to go. Okay, life is easier. And if you want to know what's trading, what's doing well, there's a couple of factors you look for. As I said, you want to make your life best, go under overview and always look for the profit factor. That's it. All right, so here is the wunderbar part. So we are using Apple, okay? So if I go down to weekly, you can see here that my profit factors now started to go up, go down. Okay, so this is telling you what time frame you want to trade on. So here we can clearly see profit factor 1.8, okay, is optimal time frame to get the maximum return using this strategy, using this time frame, and under the past market conditions. So if I go and load up, I don't know, 1 year, because right now it's January 2nd, 2024, and I load in 1 year prior of data, let me see if it will change under 6 months. So you can see it drop there. So you can easily, just by clicking a button, going in there and changing uh, your results. Now, from a Python programmatic standpoint, it's a pain in the ass, but here you can do it boom, 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 real fast, right? Same with another platform I work with, but this is a lot easier and just got more options. And it's way cheaper, right? If you get your Black Friday sale that just passed, $217 for a year for 13 months, that's pretty damn cheap, even just from a research perspective. Okay, so anyways, this is how much I'm enthusiastic about with TradingView. Okay, so here with profit factor 1.1, and we know what to do. We want to hire, so we'll just go to the 1 day. Okay, so you can use a time frame to optimally find your highest profit factor, and you could do this with other stocks. So let's say I don't know, I picked off Cisco. Let's see how Cisco's comparing um, to to uh, to Apple as an example. Okay, so here's Cisco, or we'll load in Cisco. Okay, boom. Okay, and do the same thing. So in here, we've got our SMA cross average, a cross strategy. Add to chart. Boom. Look at that profit factor on a weekly basis. What's it looking like on a daily basis? Not so much. Let's see how it is on an intraday. I don't know, 4 hour. So you can see here, if you wanted to get maximum, you would trade weekly. Okay, so just from a comparative standpoint, you can do this. This will work with any exchange that TradingView supports. This will also work with any asset. This will work universally on anything with TradingView. You know, stuff that pipe up your, with all the other platforms and other options you have, including Python itself. It's a pain in the ass. So we're just here clicking buttons. You just got to know what you're looking for. But you can see already the options. So if I go back to Apple here, and let's say I go with the 1.8 factor, I'm happy with it. I'm going to trade on a daily. Awesome. Okay. So now what you can do is these are the factors you look for from a profit factor perspective. Okay, you can also load in other strategies that may get you a better return, but it depends upon the market regime. Late last year, November, December in 2023, we had a momentum based strategy, a momentum based trend following type of strategy, November, December. Okay, so now we know that, okay, to get maximum return. But I'm just showing you right now the simple way to do this with an SMA cross, which is probably the most reliable to do that. So let's just take a look at trend following right now. just as an example, a trend following strategy. So now with that in mind, we have a couple of ways to look at that. We can just put in trend following strategy. Okay, I'm just going to pick a random one. So we've got different ones. We've got a MACD trend following strategy. Okay, remember the profit factor of 1.8 is the best we got with Apple. That's pretty good. So bring in this new strategy. Okay, so let me make sure I'm going to get rid of that one. We always want to make our charts clean. Okay, so we're clean now. Create a working copy on this new strategy, MACD trend following. Again, with the you don't need to know. You don't even need to know PineScript to do this. Okay, but you can go in with PineScript and do all your tweaking. This is the amazing thing. So now you add your chart. Boom! Look at that out of the gate. We got 2.1 factor on Apple. Okay, I didn't change the time frame. I didn't change anything. Right? Look at that profit factor is much higher. So once you know you're in a trend following market regime, you would want to automate with a trend following strategy. And as I said here, there could be millions of trend following strategies that are way better, right? Look at them all, right? With source code. So you could use another strategy that may do better than this one, but we'll just stick with this one for now. Cool. So now we're at a profit factor of 2.1, which is better already than Apple. And again, you want to make sure your max drawdown no more than 15% over the last year on the back test. But look at the money, the max drawdown of 0.03. So this is safe, right? And then our average trade of 4.08% return on each trade. And how many did we do? 56 over the last year. Okay, and again, if you want to look at those, boom, 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 based upon those market conditions. So you can use those. This is classic back testing, but so far we've not done any coding whatsoever. We just loaded a PineScript strategy that you can get right out of the gate from from TradingView with over 100,000 of these things. It's amazing, right? So when you get that, that's the power of TradingView, and you can do all this probably for free. And if you don't want to spend your extra bit of money, like paltry amount, to automate a strategy, you'd be like, you know what I mean? So we've got our strategy here with the performance, as I said, on the overview of 2.1, right? So we know the strategy, we know the optimal times I showed earlier on what to do. Next thing we want to do is to do the paper trading. So now you can probably choose a different broker. Okay, so here's the list of brokers. If you want to do Forex only, you got Awanda, Forex.com, whatever. If you're like me, you want to do something other than Python, Forex, you go with something like Interactive Brokers. There's also TradeStation, and there's a lot of popular exchanges and crypto exchanges and brokers. Just take a look at the list, but these are the popular ones. So for now, we'll just go with the paper trading for standard standard trading, TradingView. Okay, so now we could kind of go live. So we can now set up our trading mechanism now. So the best thing to do, and I showed this earlier. Now I'm going beyond the back testing, but again, let's say we're happy with everything, and this is our strategy we're going to go with. Okay, so the next step to set up the the automation outside and beyond the back testing, we need to create alerts. So I've gone through this in the prior video on which alert condition to go through, and I'm not going to go through that again under the notifications. But if you're just gonna, you've got, let's say, you only care about TradingView and the app and the mobile, the desktop app and the mobile app, you would probably just send email to SMS and the email. Okay, so you'll get an email and you'll get an SMS as well. Okay, so beyond that, that's all I'm going to show there. But you'll get an alert, and that will be on your phone or it'll be on your email. So you create it, okay, and again, you got to dig deep on the strategy here. So these are the conditions for the alert. So there's different ones here. Again, you just dig into those to learn more. The price, if it crosses here, and here you could apply it to the strategy we just looked at. So we can do that, and then create the strategy if you want to have a specific, what's this, Apple, MACD, auto alert or something like that, right? So we create the alert, right? Boom. Here's our alert section. Here's our new alert. So in there, we've got, we can pause it, we can remove it, and we can also go back and configure it. So what will happen is when the strategy is running, right? When the strategy is running, what will happen is you'll get an alert in the choices I made via email or via phone. And once you get that alert, you got to go back into your app or phone and put your buy or sell in there. And that's it. But again, if you want to auto trade beyond that, again, I've got kind of like a high level what to watch for in the previous video. But we're now to do auto trading, step outside of a trading view and use a programming language like Python to do that. The advantages you get with that is that you can run this 24/7, let it run, and you could be sleeping, making money. If it's crypto trading you're doing, you can do the same thing on a weekend and just let it run. Okay. So there's that end to end. Okay, and we've not done any programming whatsoever. But I want to make this known as well. We're now entering a different and new market regime. If you got questions, ask away. Okay. Um, so now I'm going to get rid of this strategy here. Okay, I'll get rid of this chart. Okay, so we've got a clean chart here. So let's just say it's very early right now to say that we're entering into a market, a sideways market. Okay, that's the new market regime. I think that's what we're going to have. It's going to be very volatile. So now we got to look for different types of strategies. So in this case, I could look for Bitcoin. Okay, and I'm going to show you because there's the Bitcoin winner of a year and a half, let's say, right? And that was a very flat move, right? So this is what we can do. This is what we're talking about here. Okay, this right here is what we're talking about, where it's been very flat until we got some momentum in the market. Okay, you can see how far back we're going between March, let's say, and October. These are the toughest market conditions to make any type of trade. So what do? This is where the back testing is very, very, very important. So let me pull up a weekly just to get a better view of this. So what we're referring to in Bitcoin is we've had our big run up here of Bitcoin. How far back are we going? So this is 2013. But you can see we built up a lot of momentum here and it just dropped off. So when I'm referring to the flat line, the very tough market conditions, we're talking, let's say here, November 18th till here. Oh no, let's go beyond that. So we're talking, let's say we've done our downside on the last run up with Bitcoin. So we're talking from here, June 2022 to in around here. Okay, so this is like the market regime we entered into. Okay, so you can't trade that with a momentum based strategy, not at all. It's tough. So this is the market regime we're speaking of, and we may be entering into a very hard market regime for 2024. They're already predicting that for oil. Okay, and that's all macro level that drives that. This is the absolute hardest market to trade in, but you can do some amazing profit in a mean reverting style strategy. So this would be a typical mean reverting type of environment when the market regime changes. So to back test that, we take the same techniques, but we're going to trade with a different strategy. But we got to know that we've now entered into that new market regime where it's where it's a mean reverting kind of market condition, meaning we've got mean reverting from here to here, but you can see here that let me go Let me see if we can see it in the daily. So what we're referring to is, as I said, let's say sometime in March. You can see here how the pricing actions kind of like reverted back to its mean. So we got to run up here. Here's our baseline, ran up, and then it reverted back to that mean. Same thing from here to here. That mean has dropped, and you can see right here that there was a new mean, but it dropped back to the prior mean, I guess you could call it. That's mean reverting. Okay, so we're now looking at a mean reverting between these and between here and here. Now, this is the other big advantage you get with TradingView that you will not get anywhere else. I can guarantee you that. When you start to look at this as an example, okay, so we kind of got our mean reverting environment here since October, okay? It's kind of mean reverting. So what we're referring to here is now, this is what we can do. You cannot get this anywhere else, I guarantee it. So you can now look at data on a 1 second basis. Okay, 1 second. Most platforms do not go lower than 1 minute, but here you've got options to look at 30, 15, 5, and 1 second. So I'm just showing you the 1 second. Okay, so this is now with Bitstamp. Okay, so if I change the data source to, let's say, a new data source to an exchange like the CBOE or the CME, we're going to look at the Bitcoin futures. So we should see some kind of more liquidity, and you barely see anything in the futures on the CME. But if I go to maybe let's say 15 seconds, does it improve a little bit? A little bit. Here, it's like the market makers, the hedge funds. They know there seems to be a run up here. Okay, and that's why you have more liquidity pooled here. And look at the time frame we're looking at, January 3rd of basically today. So there was some volume generated, and it did move up, and it's continuing to move up. So we're now going into not high frequency trading, but very low frequency, and you can do this all on TradingView for nothing. Okay, so this might not be the best source for this type of data for Bitcoin, but if I was to show you, let me go to another chart here. So if I was to show you Euro USD as an example, you can see the liquidity is much better. So if I want to show you another exchange out of Europe, which is ICE, let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, we're just looking for, right here, Forex, ICE. So this is a major institutional exchange in Europe. Okay, so look at the difference here. And I'm going to go back to 1 second. Okay, look at the volume here for Euro USD, and look how much volume there is compared to Bitcoin. This is what you want to see. So you can again trade on this, but look at the market condition. It's very flat. So let's stick with 1 second Euro USD. This is as close as you can get to high frequency trading. Okay, you could probably do some market making with my technique if you wanted, but it might not work. But okay, if that's the case, then realistically you go to 10 second. Okay, but you can see there's still a lot of activity there. But you can go down to 1 second, but I can't guarantee this will work because on the alert side, Bitcoin TradingView may cut you off eventually. I don't know why they do that, but it could happen. Anyways, depending upon what exchange you're on, but here we're using ICE, the international something exchange. But as I said, there's a major exchange you get on TradingView. Okay, so let's look for some mean reverting strategies here. Okay, so we're going to look at only for strategies, but we're going to look for the new market regime of flat line and whatnot. So if we look at mean reversion strategy here, we got a few. We got a trend following or mean reverting. We could look at that, but I'm not going to do that right now. So I'm going to look at this one. Mean reverting strategy based on time and SMAs. SMA is very popular for analysis because it's so reliable. So here we go, source kit. Okay, so I don't know who this person is. I randomly chose it. So again, let's create a working copy. Add to chart. Okay, let me just make sure. Okay, I'm gonna start over here again. I want to get rid of all these extra stuff. So I'm going to again add to chart. Okay, so this is now all the data from good old uh, this strategy. So you can see here we've got some signals: sell, 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 sell. Okay, and remember this is on 10-second time frame. This is unreal. Okay, we've got here no other signals, and we're still on January 3rd, in the last 24 hours, on a 10-second time frame. But you can see the advantage here, and you can. I sound like an ad for TradingView, but seriously, this is the only platform you can do this. Okay, so we got TradingView here with some signals to sell. Okay, so that's now a short signal. It looks pretty obvious to me, right? So let's go back test that. Pine editor, we've updated the chart. We're going to load up our strategy. I don't know, this might be a bug. I've seen this before. Um, let me just see here. Okay, so we want this strategy called, uh, let me do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my strategy tester. Now it's telling me to load my strategy. Okay, so let me just try a different strategy for whatever reason. Let's try this one. Hang on here. Let me just make sure we're getting, yeah, so it's a strategy, mean reverting. Okay, so let's go with this one. We could also go with this one, mean reverting, but let's just go with this one. Okay, so there you go. So now we've loaded up our new back testing. Have we done any coding so far? This is all visual. This is just pushing buttons. You just got to know what you're looking for. So our profit factor is looking pretty good, but we're at a 10-second level. Now we're using this current mean reverting strategy. Okay, so you saw the data for that. So I'm gonna change the time frame here to 1 minute. I don't know what happened. This could be bugs. So what's doing this? So let me try to update the chart and see if we can get our data. I don't know why this data is disappearing on me. I really don't. Maybe it's a strategy. So let me pull up another strategy. My apologies there. This is all fresh and random what I'm doing on the fly. So let me try another reverting strategy. Let me try this one. Mean reverting reversion channel. Okay. So this is a new one. Working copy. Let me get rid of all this stuff here. Clean it up. Boom. Boom. Oh, okay. Well, let me just go with the current one we just loaded in. So there was some bug causing that. I don't know if that's uh, okay. So this is classic mean reversion right here. Remember, we're on a 1 minute time frame. So I'm going to load up this new strategy here. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so we've got some bands here, but there's no signals in this strategy. Okay, so again, you can look at the code. So in here, what we're looking for is the order code. This is a fairly complex strategy. Okay, so what you're looking for to get the signal of the strategy is in there. There might not be any calls, so you may have to hack this strategy to get it working. But let me just pull up we're back to our problem again. So I'm gonna do. Let me hold on. This is the challenge of TradingView. Um, Somebody of TradingView may watch this. I don't know, or just educate me on why we're seeing these problems. But we're going deep here in the weeds. And again, you can't do this on any other platform, not visually. And if you did, you would spend thousands of dollars a month on it, like a Deltix, which I know about. You may not know about it. You may, I don't know. Anyways, let's see here. I'm going to load up another mean reverting strategy. Okay, so we want the take profit stop loss. Let's see if it works this time. Uh, okay, I don't know. Is this the signals? So I don't know what's going on here. Let me try. So we're going to a one. So sometimes if you go daily, Yeah, so this is some sort of bug in the strategy code. Yeah, sorry. Okay. I've done enough to HFT. Let's bring up a proper strategy here, okay? So I am going to try to look for another strategy here. I'll kill that and load a strategy of for mean reverting, something simpler. Um, let's see, any requests, mean reversion for read. That one didn't work. Mean diversion. So these are all quantity kind of stuff that I'm showing. Mean reversion algorithm. Maybe mean reversion short long. Maybe no. So that one doesn't have source code right here. Let's see here. What can we use? Uh, deviation bands. Maybe this one. We need to see some signaling here. Um, okay, we could try this one, the Bollinger. Let's try that one. Okay, so we'll add to chart. Yeah, so here we go. We got some signals here, the close long. My apologies to find that. So here we have a profit factor of 0.976. So as I said earlier, what you could do is you could probably see if we can boost that up. So we're starting to move that up. So point here is on a mean reversion strategy, when you have like a flat line environment, which we could go into for part of 2024, depending upon the asset class. But here we've got some nice signaling, but it only says close long. Um, I don't know why there's no. Okay, so we have some longs here. So in this case, what we're doing is we're loading up on the longs, and look what happens on the close. So this could actually work. So this strategy may actually work pretty good. Okay, for a mean reversion. Okay, so we're doing Euro USD on a 4 hour basis. So let's go deep in the woods again, back into the high frequency, low data, see how it does. So under the strategy tester, this is what we're going to look for on a. So we're going now from a 4 hour. Let's see how it works on a 1 hour. See how it's going down. Let's go back to, let's say, a 5 minute. Now it's starting to move up. So you can see here on the close. So this is all about back testing now. Again, once you find the right strategy, once you find the right time frame, then you could be golden. So this is not too bad. But does it get better when we go lower? Let's try a minute. 1.5. That's pretty good. So let's try, I don't know, a 30 second. See, now it's starting to go down. But let's see if we go to 15 second. Now it's starting to go back down, right? So you know exactly what strategy, what time frame based upon the profit factor. Okay, and this is the power of TradingView on the back testing front. So you can see now, it when you go sub 1 minute, it's not going to work. But the 1 minute, that's our peak right here. Okay, so the next question is if you want to live trade. I've already shown that how to do that, but you can't do this on a minute. Sorry, as a human trader with what I've shown you. That's why you got to now step outside of TradingView, bring in the Python code, use the web alerts to have the Python code interact with the TradingView signals and web alerts so they can talk to each other and get the automated trading component working. I've kind of talked about in the previous video. But this looks like the optimal we can get of 1.5, right? Okay, cool. So let's now set it up for potential trading, paper trading. So now we got our paper trading account chosen, and this is as far as we can go. Okay. So when you get these close long signals, you have to go back into the app on TradingView and manually put those through. That's how it goes, right? But that's pretty good to get a 1.5 on the Euro USD in a mean reverting environment, meaning everything's flat, but you're getting a 1.5 factor. That's really good. Okay. So I'll take a request. Like give me something that's not moving. That's you know what? A good one. I'll show you gold. Let's take a look at gold as a CFD, but just to show you the move. Okay. So I'll do gold. So if I do XAU USD, no, I'm going to bring in a new chart here. So we've compared Euro USD for Forex, the largest Forex pair out there for this. Now I'm going to show you gold. So is gold going to do better than Euro USD? Well, I'm just going to use the data from XAU and USD on, let's say, one of the more popular Forex brokers. So everything stays the same. I'm going to get rid of that. And see, you can see here it's very flat, but can you make money in that environment on gold? And my answer is yes, if you're using a mean reverting strategy. So we may have already found a mean reverting strategy that wins. Okay, so this is some strategy with the Bollinger robot. Okay, so I'm going to create a working copy. And again, we're not doing any coding. It's best to know PineScript to optimally set it up, yes, but it's not a necessity. But I would say do learn PineScript, absolutely. Your life will be much better. But again, all the stuff that I've shown in this stream is purely on just pushing buttons and knowing what to do. So here we are with the current strategy from prior of the Euro USD, right? So now what I'm going to do, and it automatically updates the chart for you with gold. Okay, so if we go back in the strategy tester, look at, we've got an okay profit factor of 0.9. Like what I like to see is 1.2, preferably a 1.5, and when you're starting to hit 1.8 and 2, you're doing your that's a great winning combination. And remember, this is gold in a mean reverting environment, right? With a mean reverting strategy and quite possibly a winning strategy. But we're only getting profit factors. So let's see what happens. And that's on a 15-second time frame, I might add. So let's go to the minute. How's it look? Looking good. 1.09. Not too bad, but you want more than 1-to-1, right? So let's go to 15-minute. Still not enough. 45 minutes. Somebody told me as a quant, this is the one of the better time frames to work with. Bonus that people watch. Thank you very much for continuing to watch. So profit factor of 1.12 is not bad, but look what happens when you go to 1 hour. I knew this was going to go up. If I go to a 4 hour, no. Okay, so is it a 2 hour that looks good? 3 hour, no. Okay, but let's see on a daily and beyond. So let's see the daily time frame. Now we're starting to see. So if we just let it trade, and this is a classic back testing, by the way. You just let this run and just point and click and change your time frame. You can already see what is the optimal time factor you want based upon this profit factor. And we've already hit our best, which means not intraday will work for this condition and this instrument, which is gold. Let's see what happens if we go weekly. Now we talking, right? So if we trade weekly, let this thing run. You could probably even get away with just running it within Trading View. But look at that, 1.9, 1.9. That's pretty strong. And look at that max drawdown. It's well within the 15%, not even 1%. I'm not saying this is going to be guaranteed to make money, but the likelihood is pretty good. And every trade you make on average, historically, you're getting a 3.1% return just by clicking and knowing what strategy to load in. And that's among 28 trades. Okay, 126 trades. Okay, and that it will take 28 days on per bar, which is weekly. So this is a very long position we deal with. So in this case, January 20th so a full year. So we're on a weekly, remember. So here in 2021, well, let's take a look at 2023. So if we did a trade last year or 2022, December 19th, open that position, boom, we would have gotten out here in July. So that would have been a 7-month hold. Okay, and you can see right here, we just took on our latest one. And each one, if we let it run 24/7, yeah, you would make on average 3.14, right? And we can go back 5 years if we want, and we can see how far back. So right here in the green, oh, this is my crypto Ichimoku. So you can even run this in parallel, okay, and get invited into that strategy. But you can see here that nice green run up on that strategy. Here, you're not quite seeing it, but the most profitable environment to be in for gold is right here, where that green is. You would have done very, very well. Okay. And that was a time frame when everything went upside down with the global virus that started in 2020. But that's a multi-year time frame. Okay. But you would be making money right now with this mean reverting strategy when gold, depending upon the range on the upper and lower, makes a difference. But this is a classic mean reverting strategy. It looks pretty good. And as I've shown you, you could find now your optimal time frame, your optimal return, just by doing this style of backtesting on a winning strategy. No programming needed. I'm going to shut up now. You guys got a question or comment at all? I know this is fairly long, and those people that watch this, hopefully they'll get some benefit from it. But this is the power you can get with TradingView versus any other platform, because, hey, I just showed you can do market making, kind of. And you can also see if it works or not in particular instruments, crypto, anything you want. That TradingView gives you access, which is pretty well everything. You get the data access on an institutional level for both CBOE. I think CME is in there as well that they support. So this is great for options, futures, as well as Forex. Okay. So, I mean, this is kind of, I would hope, valuable for people. You just got to find the right strategy, find the right time frame, and the right asset to trade. That's it. Yeah, it's pretty good. You got any other questions? I think Hitch would be out there, but hopefully you got some stuff. I'm going to do it going once, twice to see if anybody is out there with a comment or question on all this. Going once, going twice. Yeah, going 3 times. So that's it, I guess. Hopefully you got something out of this. Thanks for watching. And you've watched it from end to end, because this is powerful stuff. And again, thanks for watching, and have a good 2024 if I don't see you again. Over and out. And follow me if you want to know more stuff. Over and out.